Hello, and welcome to 5 Minute Math. Today we are looking at the Algebra 1 concept of graphing exponential functions. This is standard A.9D in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 33 of the 2025 released STAAR test. This is a new item type called graphing, and if you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. All right, so we need to first select the type of graph, and this is the first time we've seen a particular graphing problem like this on the star. So if we wanted a linear, we would just drag these 2 points here. If we wanted a quadratic, we could drag the vertex somewhere and the other point somewhere else. Or if we want an exponential, we can do the same thing. And then the difference is you also have an asymptote here. All right, so first, let's go ahead and figure out what type of graph we have. So take a look. We do not actually have this in our reference materials. We do not have standard form, but this is going to be an exponential because we've got the standard form here of y equals a times b to the x. So whenever you see the x as an exponent, then that lets you know we're in the exponential. So think of that x for exponential. All right, so we do need to kind of play around with this and find that, and we can, we could flip it around in either direction here, and then our asymptote is going to be this line. Now, what we can't do is we can't have the asymptote go between the 2 points, but it can go above. See how it flattens it out, or it can go below. It just can't go between these 2 points. All right, so how do we find the points? Well, first, let's go ahead and just plot some values. Okay, so I'm going to make a table over here, and this is going to be f of x, and we're dealing with 6 times 1/3 x. Okay, so if I make x 0, make it easy, right? If x is 0, then what we're going to get is we're going to get 6 times 1/3 to the 0. Well, anything to the 0 power is just 1, so that's going to be 6 times 1, so that's going to be 6. Okay, so I need 1 point at x of 0, f of x, or y at 6. So let's do that right here. Okay, now we need one more point. So let's make it easy. Let's make it x of 1. Okay, so this is going to be 6 times 1/3 to the 1 power. So that's just 6 times 1/3, which is just 6/3, which is 2. All right, so x of 1, y of 2. I'll get my ordered pairs here. 0, 6, 1, 2. All right, so I've got that. All right, so this is just a 1 point problem. So even if I got those 2 points correct, I would get it wrong if my asymptote is incorrect. Can't put it there. I can put it above or I can put it below. All right, so where do I think it's going to be? Well, let's graph a few more points and see where I think this is going to be. A lot of times when we're dealing with just these basic exponentials, your asymptote a lot of times is y equals 0. It's on that x-axis. So let's plot a few more points. And on this one, I want to do an x of 100 and an x of 1,000, an x of 10,000. And on this, let's get our calculator out. So let's pull out our TI-84, right? And we're just going to do 6 times 1/3. And what did I say I wanted? I wanted it to the 100,000, 10,000. And then let's raise it to the 100. Okay, so 1.16. All right, so we can do that. 1.16. What happens if I go to the 1,000 or the 10,000? So you notice it's not 1.16. We've got that e negative 47, so it is so small it's trying to give it to me in scientific notation. If I go to the 1,000 or the 10,000, it's going to also give me that 0, which means it's going to approach 0 but never quite cross 0, and that is my asymptote. That is the correct answer.